We are chitty-chatting in my office today because it's too hot outside. If I'm going outside, I'm going in the pool, and that's it. And I didn't want to drop you in the water if I was floating around in the pool. So anyway, good morning, good morning. I will wait for you guys to start streaming in here. But happy Motivational Monday for Motivational Meal Planning Monday, I think is what we're calling it. So I'm running a little bit late this morning. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Farm Wife. How are you? Running a little bit behind, but I wanted to find my book. I had to grab that. I was making notes, and then I figured, no, I'm just going to print it out. Because my hands are just not really working that well this morning. So I always like to have at least some kind of direction, even if our live chat goes off course a little bit. I at least like to have something for you guys. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Alicia. How are you guys? How was your weekend? Is it hot where you are? It's hot here in Michigan, and I love it. I'm here for it. It's cold here 9 months out of the year, so I am here for the heat. But if I filmed out there today, I might have melted on screen. Anyway, oh yes, I'm glad you caught me too. Oh, we will say a prayer for him that his physical therapy this morning goes well. Been there, done that multiple times. It is not easy. So I pray for strength for him and complete and total restoration of his body. Amen, amen. Good morning, Eve. Good morning, Cheryl. It's hot in Delaware too? Wow. See, Delaware is kind of up there like we are, except you guys are closer to the water. Well, we're the Great Lakes state, so I guess we have a lot of water too, but I don't think it's quite like the ocean. Vertical live, yep. That's what I have. I don't even know how to do it this way. Or I have no idea. This is easy for me because I can read the chat too. So I don't have multiple device set up. I'm not that fancy here. Just my phone. Okay, so good morning. We are going to be talking a little bit about the pantry. I do have a notepad in case I have to scratch down any things that I want to remember from this chat. But every Monday now, we're just going to hopefully, if it's not too much work for my beautiful moderators. Hi, Prods. I'm going to just call you Prods. Good morning. Oh, thank you, Sunset. You're so sweet. Thank you, thank you. I'll say cheers, my coffee to yours, my 40-ounce coffee to yours. Good morning. And so every Monday, I just want to sit with you guys and chit-chat about your pantries and meal planning, because for me, that's where a lot of the money saving really started I mean, that and cooking from scratch. But building a pantry, I know so many of us want to build a pantry and we don't really know how or where to start. And meal planning saves a lot of money. And many of us have never meal planned before. So God has shown me a few things along my way. And so I am just here to share what I have learned, and in hopes that it can help you in the slightest bit to make it a little bit easier, so that you struggle less. So anyway, so one of my favorite books and my go-to book on building a pantry is this book right here. And I know you guys are going to be seeing it the opposite way. I'm going to try to spin you around. And then I'm going to aim you down at my desk here. So So this is it. I have a link for it down below in my description box for you guys. And hopefully, I've got all my lighting here that I use for coloring. All right, hopefully you guys can see that. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of do a little quick flip through. The only thing that I don't do in this book is I don't write a grocery list, and I don't write a meal plan from you know, writing a grocery list, going out and shopping, and then writing a meal plan from that. We only grocery shop sales. And then from what we shop for, instead of making a list of a menu and then going shopping, which many times the things on your list to cook is not going to be on sale. So I do it the opposite way. And I know some of you do too. So quite a few of you have reached out and said, you know what, you do it the way that I do it too. It just saves more money. I've tried it all different ways. And I have found inventory your pantry, going out, only shopping sales, and then take a look at everything that you have in your house and meal plan off of that and pivot and make adjustments when you can. But I just wanted to show you a little bit inside this book. So here are the contents. Why you need a food storage pantry. She goes into this in great detail without too much. I think this book is like the best that I have personally read on building a pantry. She goes through many reasons why a pantry will benefit you without like boring you to death or just overkill or repeating herself over and over again. So I just think this book is beautifully written, and it greatly changed my pantry. I stopped building a pantry based on what others were stockpiling in their pantry, and I really learned from her how to tailor it for my family. And I was able to build our pantry before our tragedy, and then we lived off of our pantry for 10 months after our accident. So I cannot strongly recommend this book. I mean, I can't whatever, however you want to phrase that. My brain is still sleeping this morning. Okay, so part 1, why you need a pantry and food storage. Part 2, all about the perfect pantry. And the perfect pantry would be the perfect pantry for you. Preppernomics, a new way to shop, creating your pantry, what to do with all that food, and pantry primer recipes and how-to guides. So this is how it's laid out. This is how it looks when you flip through it. It's the font and the text size is very easy to read. It's a bit on the larger size. So if you're like me and you just like a larger print, this will be it for you. But if you are building a pantry from scratch, or if your pantry right now is not serving you and it's just full with things that you don't use or don't know how to use, this book will be for you. I just want to give you like a flip through, because you can't find very many flip throughs on this book. But man, she thinks of everything in here. Even if you have to pivot a little bit, like allergies. She gives you different kinds of pantries. There's 3 types of pantries: a bunker pantry, an agrarian pantry, and a bargain hunter's pantry. So, like, which one are you? Which one do you want to build? And then she just gives you really some great information on how to get there. She also talks about, of course, canning and putting food by. There's a 1-year pantry, which is what I started working on with this book. Is I wanted a 1-year pantry. I have that now. And so now I just need to keep it rotated and well stocked to keep up on it. But anyway, that is that book, and I just wanted to share it with you quickly before we dive into talking about the pantry. Oh, Mud is here. Hello, good morning. Just because I'm cheap and I'm using a free members messenger doesn't mean super chat button right below it. And it works well. Oh, Mud, you are doing fancy things. I don't even know how you do that. Good morning, Kate. No Future. This is a book. It's called The Prepper's Pantry. And this is a book that I used to build my 1-year pantry and get a better rotating pantry, and a pantry that wasn't stockpiled with things that, that many people online will tell you to stock your pantry. There's no reason to stock a bunch of oats if you and your family don't like oatmeal or oats. I like oat bread, but do I need 50 pounds of oats? I do not. So, but when I first started building out my pantry, I followed basic, lists that everybody else had and that everybody else used. And I just noticed that a lot of things in my pantry it was not serving me. I might have had a great bunker pantry for, if poop hit the fan, but it was not serving. It was not serving me. So, so I switched it up, and this book is what helped me. So, so anyway, a link will be, it's already down in the description box if any of you, oh, I have a video on my oat bread. Yes. It's Michigan. I think it's called Michigan Maple Oat Bread. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. Hello, Valley. Good morning. Okay, so I have just a little kind of checklist to go over and talk about. And if you guys have any questions for me, let me know, because I will do my very best to answer them for you. Okay, so the title of this live is From Pantry to Plate, Mastering Frugal Meal Planning with What You Already Have. So that is our focus, using what we have or what we can buy on sale. And from there, building a meal plan where we are always thinking about leftover makeovers. If we have any leftovers, how we can turn that into another meal, so that at the end of the week, on garbage day, when you go in your kitchen and go in your fridge and you're cleaning it out, you are not wasting a bunch of food. Because I think there's nothing more upsetting, at least for me, is wasting food. Especially nowadays. I went grocery shopping over the weekend, and I was shocked. Like, I left out of there at Kroger. I spent $650. I had one basket, and honestly, it was like $300 worth of food. Like, everything, and I bought everything on sale. I ended up saving, I think it was $225 in sales. It's just astronomical. The price of groceries. Of course, I live more up north, where we're in a high tourist area. So prices tend to go up a bit higher in the summer because they know they can get it from a lot of tourists. So I have to shop the sales. I cannot afford it if I don't shop the sales. Nobody, yeah, exactly. No, $500 is a quarter of a cart for me, not including meat. Unbelievable, Jen. It's unbelievable. Look, see, all of us are on the same page. We all hate waste. And no, like you said, Titus, nobody can afford to throw away food right now. So how do we, good morning, Gareth. So how do we meal plan, and how do we, Carrie, I'm in Philadelphia. The city is expensive. Yes, I can't even imagine. So how do we do it? Check clearance and stuff with 50% off stickers. Me too, Jen. And sometimes you can find really, really good things. After Thanksgiving, I found a bunch of my family likes the sweet Hawaiian stuffing. Well, obviously it didn't go over very well, and they had a ton of it on clearance, like 75% off. It was like, 50 cents a box, 75 cents a box or whatever. And so I stockpiled a little bit of that. I was like, well, everybody's going to be eating this for a while. I can't bake bread, cube it, and dehydrate it for that cheap. So anytime you get like a good sale like that, I go for it. But yeah, it was kind of crazy buying groceries over this weekend, and I only shopped the sales, and it was still so expensive, you guys. It's just, so we really, I mean, the more we can lean on one another to help each other save money how we can at the grocery store, the better. So I wrote on here, I always start in the pantry, not in the store. So I do a quick kitchen inventory before I go shopping. And I will make a note. I will take a notebook. I'm a notebook girl. So I will take a notebook. I will jot down things that I must buy. I try not to do this. Okay, I try not to run out of anything that we use. I like to buy it on sale, and then I'll buy a couple of them. So, but if I notice in my pantry that I'm running low on mayonnaise, I'm running low on mustard, I'm running low on ketchup, I'm running low on, whatever it is, I'll make a note of what I'm running low on, and then I'll make a note of what I'm totally out of. Sorry. And then I really hate when I run out of things. What did we just run out of? We ran out of kitchen gloves. The nitrile gloves that we use to prep food with. I use it anytime I'm using any kind of meat. And last night we made chicken kebabs, homemade chicken kebabs. And Danny's like, this is our last pair. And I'm like, how is that possible? I always have a backup box of like everything. And so how did I not have a backup box of gloves? Because I have it on subscribe and save. But then I forgot, it was like 2 months ago, I pushed back the delivery because I had 2 boxes. I had 1 box open and 1 box not open. But we went through it because we've been grilling a lot. So I really hate that because my subscribe and save isn't until this next weekend. So do you put an order in for just a box of gloves, or do you wait for your subscribe and save? Well, we're waiting for subscribe and save because I get that discount, But for the next week, we're just going to have to mold hamburger patties by hand. So things like that. Like I try to be on top of all of my items like that, but sometimes you just, one slips by. So my gloves slipped by. But I try to do a quick inventory. I try to make a note of what we're low on so that if the grocery store has mayonnaise on sale or mustard on sale, I can grab at least 2. One for now and one for later. So that's how I do it. Principles. I know I have some free principles on another video where I talk about prepping the pantry. So I'm going to find that, and then I'll link that. I'll leave it in the description box. But if you're new to meal planning, if you're new to pantry building, there are some free resources online. Just type it in and say you just want a free principle for pantry building, and you'll be amazed at how many things are out there for you for free that people have just lovingly put out there for you to help you. This book does have like a guide, but it doesn't have a list. My meal planner, I believe, has a list. I should have grabbed that. I'll leave a link to that to the meal planner in case you've never meal planned. But Having a sheet as a guide, if you've never done it before, can be really helpful. Build meals around what's on sale or what you can buy in bulk. So find the best deals, use flyers, use apps. For Kroger, I usually jump on their website and I look at their flyer on the website. In any clearance sections, like Jen said, go visit your clearance section in your grocery store or at Walmart. Sometimes you can find like gems there. What store were we at? It was Menards. You know how Menards, I don't know how, well, Menards might be kind of up in the Michigan area thing. It's much like Home Depot or Lowe's, but Menards, when you walk in, they have like this section in the front of the store that they just sell like they have like grocery items, they have like candies, because Menards does have like a little, I don't want to say grocery section. It's more like a foodie section like you would find at Ollie's or Big Lots, something like that. So they have a little section like that. I bought cases of organic crushed tomatoes once because they had them on clearance and they were just sitting there, and I'm like, well, I'm not bypassing organic crushed tomatoes. I use those all the time. So I did. I bought the couple of cases that they had on there. So like just even odd places like that, sometimes you can find clearance items. But yes, always be on the lookout for anything or closeout deals. We had a favorite barbecue sauce that we had used for a while. And they had them on closeout and they were like 75-80% off. And so I literally got these bottles of barbecue sauce for like 50 cents. So I bought them all, and that was at my local grocery store. So always be on the lookout for good deals like that. How to pair sales with what's already at home. So take a look around. If you go to a couple of grocery stores, just jump online and look at their weekly flyer and see what they have on sale. Sometimes you'll find like two for $5, but sometimes you can find 3 for $6. Well, 3 for $6 is a better deal. So I would write I'd do a pro and a con list. And I would write all the things I can get on sale at one store versus the things at another store. And then if you can only go to one, go to the one where you can get the best deals for your pantry. Remember, in your pantry, you should be eating what you and your family love. Forget about what you see on YouTube with other people and what they buy, unless you want to try something. Because I love grocery hauls, because sometimes somebody buys something and I'm like, oh, I've never seen that. Oh, I have to look for that. And then sometimes you can find a new favorite product just by somebody else, sharing. So keep that in mind. And then from there, go to the store. And again, keep it to only sales if you can, unless you have to buy it. Are we getting a lot of trolls? I'm sorry, you guys. That's why I'm thinking that we might just have to do these live streams. I might just have to make these videos and then do a live stream where we can chat under a membership, because it might just be too much for you guys. I mean, I don't want you having to like work really hard. Trash to so loud. I love you, Carrie. Okay, stretch your protein in your ingredients. Ground beef becomes tacos, can become shepherd's pie. We talked about this last week. Like when you have leftover hamburger, you made hamburgers on the grill, chop that up, make it into tacos or into a sloppy joe or into a cheeseburger meat potato pie. When you plan out your meal plan, always think about the leftovers that you might have from the night before, or cooking extra. Sometimes I'll cook extra knowing that I'm going to use that meat in several recipes coming up for the week. If we have a really busy week, I'll pull out 5 pounds of ground beef and cook it all up. And then it's already cooked. So now I'm making tacos, making cheeseburger pie, making sloppy joes, making spaghetti and meat sauce. It's all super easy because I'm not cooking the meat. The meat's already cooked for me. And it's already separated in the fridge. I can just grab and cook really fast. So alive, yeah. Oh, I could do that. I never thought about that. Like filming just doing the live with you guys and then releasing it to the public afterwards. Kind of like this is live, but then it'll be made public. I love that, Carrie. We might have to do that, Carrie. That's genius. And I'm going to write that down. I tried to figure out if, hold on, I might be able to do this. See, a lot of this you can only do on the desktop. Okay, so now I've turned on subscribers only. So this should buy some time, at least a little bit. Unfortunately, like on the desktop, I can set it to subscribers for like, you have to be a subscriber for like a year before you can. On my phone, it's limited. But okay, so that hopefully will help you guys. I'm so sorry. Subs only. Subs only. Sorry, trolls. Okay. It's Monday. People have been lonely all weekend. Okay. All right, where were we? Stretching your protein. Okay, so ground beef. So that's how I do the ground beef. Rotisserie chicken is another thing that I love. Now, if you live near Costco or Sam's Club and pick up those rotisserie chickens for $5, that's even better. My local grocery store has rotisserie chicken. It's $7. But they're a little, I don't want to say a little, I think they are a little bigger than the ones I get at Costco. So a rotisserie chicken I can use for 2 meals for a family of 5. So we can do barbecue pulled chicken sandwiches or ranch chicken sandwiches one night, and then leftovers I'll set some aside, and it's like a perfect amount for chicken pot pie or chicken and gravy over noodles. You can do anything like that. I outsmart the trolls. Kate, I love it. Okay, leftover makeovers, leftover remixing without repeating, because sometimes you can get just food boredom. Has anybody else like suffered from that, where you just get you feel like you make the same things over and over again? So I actually, Kate, I think you sent me this book. Kate sent me this book. She found it, I think she said she found it at a, oh, what do you call it? Not garage sale, like an estate sale. And it's called Home and Harvest, Salem Covenant Church in Minnesota. Minnesota, I have one of your cookbooks. It is from church members. It's actually beautifully made. They have like they had like the kids make pictures for the topics. Look at the candies and the cookies. Look at that. So they had the children be part of the book too. Look at Kids Are Our Future. Look at how cute that is. I know church cookbooks are the best. Do you know why? Especially if you, like my church, I go to a Baptist church, and there's something about women of the church bringing food. They all bring their A game. Have you noticed that? Like whatever they're good at, whatever they're known for, they bring it. And it is like any kind of barbecue, picnic, potluck, anything that you have with your church family is going to be spot on. You are going to get the best of the best. So when you get a cookbook like this that is just full of, I mean, just all the soups, like there's a whole section. It's just so much. There's so much. So I can't wait to go through this. There's a whole cookie section. I mean, pizza burgers, meatloaf, porcupine meatballs, cheeseburger meatloaf, salmon loaf, roasted salmon with creamy dill sauce, Swedish meatballs, busy day barbecue meatballs, crock pot Swedish meatballs, Texas tacos, Waikiki meatballs. There's a whole meatball section. Chicken and stuffing roll-ups, bruschetta chicken casserole, baked ziti with veggies, easy goulash, spaghetti pie. There's just so much. So if you can find yourself a good church, here's the church. A good church cookbook, you spend weeks in it. Weeks. So always try something new. Like, you know, like not on busy nights. Okay. So not on nights where you find like, okay, you're in a rush. That's not the night to like try something new. But if you've got some time and you've got a little bit of food boredom, try different. You might have all the ingredients. You just need to put them together a little different, just to zhuzh it up a little bit, you know, at the dinner table. So, so always look for different recipes, different ways to make it. Transform leftovers so it doesn't feel like day-old dinners. You're going to have some people in your family that just don't like leftovers. Okay, they just don't want to eat it again. So I've got people in my family that are like that. Matt was very much like that. Matt did not mind eating leftovers. He just didn't want to eat the same meal. So the leftover makeovers he loved, because he was like, sometimes he couldn't believe he was eating the leftover chicken from the night before because I made it in a totally different way. So, so just try to think out of the box. In fact, it'll get, at least for me, it gets really fun when I get stumped. Like, what can I use with those sloppy joes? Like, nobody wants sloppy joes again, but what do? I've got all this sloppy joe mix left. So like, you'll just get creative, you know? Put some biscuits in a muffin tin and bake the biscuits with the sloppy joe with some sprinkled cheese. And now all of a sudden you got these little sloppy joe bites that the kids love. But because it's not on a hamburger bun, it like breathes new life into them. Good morning, Diane. Even better. There's usually tons of old church cookbooks and secondhand stores dirt cheap. There you go, Mudbrooker. Go to the secondhand stores. I know too that like even there's some sites even online that sell like older books, you know. You just have to watch the price because some of them are expensive. I have a few old church cookbooks. Oh, that's so cool. I bet you the older ones are like so good. the old really from scratch recipes. Okay. Create a flexible meal plan, not a rigid one. So, here, like, we always come up with like little kitschy names, like, Taco Tuesdays. You could have Meatless Mondays. If you want, like, to follow a theme, you can do a theme for your family, especially when your kids are younger. Young kids tend to like that kind of stuff. If that helps you in meal planning, make it fun, you guys, because meal planning can be challenging. And there's nothing worse. I mean, I know there's like a lot of memes online about, I saw like one woman was like, I will like eat, toenails. And she like listed all these awful, horrible things that she would do if it meant never having to think about what to make for dinner ever again. And I laughed at that because I think all of us feel that way, like a little bit. There's a little bit in us that just doesn't like to think about, what am I going to cook for dinner tonight? What am I going to make? What do I have? What did I have? What did I put out? Oh, I forgot to pull something out of the freezer. Oh, it just becomes this anchor like around our necks, and it doesn't need to be. Meal planning can be fun. I dare I say it can be fun. It can be, if you meal plan, you can eliminate a lot of that dread that you get. And you don't have to think about what you're making, because you already know what you're making, because you already made a list from the things that you bought on sale or the things that you already had in your house. Someone who wasn't supposed to check all her old cookbooks. Oh, no. That's awful. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's just so awful. I don't know why people have to be so wicked like that. I'm so sorry. Okay. I don't have any. My mom didn't cook from scratch, so I never had like, my mom bought me my Betty Crocker cookbook. And so I have that. And when my son got his first house, I got him his Betty Crocker cookbook. I think I got one for my second son too. I need to get one for my third son now. Yeah, what do you want for dinner? It is a suburban hillbilly. It is. It's like it's the daily dreaded question. And then you have to sit there and nobody ever knows. Nobody ever knows. Nobody ever just says, you know what I want, Mom? I want spaghetti tonight. No. Everybody's like, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know. So it's dreadful for everyone. Create a flexible meal plan, not a rigid one. Okay, keep it adaptable for busy and unexpected days, because sometimes things will just pop up and you just can't cook what you thought you were going to cook. The meatloaf meal, with the homemade mashed potatoes and gravy and all, it can't happen tonight. So always have a backup, like a big backup for us, because we have a lot of eggs, breakfast, dinner. So breakfast burritos for dinner is a big one. Omelets is a big one because we can make that really quickly. Another go-to for us is always spaghetti, because the kids love spaghetti. I'm trying to think what else. Sandwiches. We're kind of a big especially in the summer, we're a big sandwich family. My kids will eat sandwiches. They love grilled cheese. So that's grilled cheese and either French fries or grilled cheese and some potato chips, throw in some corn and green beans. And sometimes we call that a meal on busy nights, or nights where things happen that were unexpected and I just don't have time to make a big dinner. I personally love tomato sandwiches. I've been eating almost a tomato sandwich for lunch almost every day. Just tomato, a little mayo, salt and pepper on toast is like the best summer sandwich I think ever. Thanks to my grandpa for that one. I feel like my grandpa every time I eat a tomato sandwich. Um Save money and reduce waste with a weekly prep routine. So quick chopping, freezing, pre-portioning, anything like that. Like I know onions don't last a whole long like a really long time in your refrigerator once you chop them, but they do last a couple of days. So this is what I do. I will chop up an onion, and while I have my little hand chopper out, I'll chop up green peppers, anything else that I'm going to be using or could use for the week, and then I put them in little either the little fridge smarts from Tupperware that I have, or just a baggie if you don't have anything like that, or like a glass lock and lock. Put it in the fridge. I put it in the veggie drawer, and then it just makes my meal prepping like much easier because I already have the onions and the peppers already chopped. I just have to bring them out and add them to whatever it is I'm cooking. So it makes omelets really fast and easy. It makes things like, you know, taco meat. I always add a little onion when I cook my taco meat. The onion's already cut. I can just throw it in the, it's just one less mess, and it's one less thing I have to do when I'm cooking. So little shortcuts for myself really help me. You know, I deal with chronic pain, but I deal with a lot of like handicaps in the kitchen. So anytime I can make my job a little easier, instead of bringing that chopper out every night I'm cooking dinner to chop, you know, whatever veggie it is I need, setting myself up for success for me now looks like cutting corners like that, like just doing it all at one time. So I have one mess because I only have so much energy. So once my pain starts kicking in, it's really, what takes me 10 minutes to do normally can take me 40 minutes to do if I'm in a lot of pain. So those kind of little setup for successes to make my life easier when I am in there cooking really add up. So if you deal with chronic pain or any kind of injuries or any kind of where you just can't be on your feet for a whole long time, little shortcuts like that might really help you. Tomato, basil, sliced mozzarella cheese, and a little olive oil. Oh my goodness. I have not broken my fast yet. And now I want to because now I'm hungry. You can throw dehydrated onions in your taco meat. Yes, yes. And they'll reconstitute. Absolutely, Mud. Absolutely. That's why I love running the dehydrator. I love having all of that stuff pre-done. Like the peppers. That pepper, the mosh pit peppers that we dehydrated, what was it, like 2 weeks ago or something? I just used that in my sloppy joe mix, and I threw it in with my raw meat. It's so good. But having that medley of peppers just on hand, dehydrated, I don't have to have it in the fridge. It's just in my pantry ready to go. Is such a blessing, and it just makes cooking so much easier and faster. Bake ahead prepping during the weekend makes life easier. I make mixes and put them in a mason jar for the week. I love that, Jen. Absolutely. For you, because I understand. Yes. Oh, Gail, thank you. Thank you. Try to live joyfully. Life is very, very short, you guys. It's too short to live it in fear or stressed out, because before you know it, it can be gone. And, you know. Okay. Planning snack trays from leftovers, yeah, and produce odds and ends. So any kind of like if you have a leftover that's just not enough to feed everyone and there's no way you can throw it in something to stretch it, I always feed it to the kids for lunch. Like I'll always do something, you know, even if it's you know, mixing it in or making little snack trays. My kids love it when you give them, like, you know, You give them some crackers, you give them some grapes, you give them a yogurt, you give them if you just have a little bit of leftover, you make little mini tacos. You don't have enough taco meat to actually make anything with. Warm it up, make little mini tacos. You buy those little street tacos. My kids love those. Nachos. They're big on nachos. So even if you just have a little bit of meat, a little bit of bean, a little bit of cheese left, throw it on tortilla chips. And if you don't have tortilla chips, you can make them with tortillas. You cut them and then you fry them and they become tortilla chips, if you don't know. Those are good. But even if you don't have that, even if you have like Doritos on hand, throw it on Doritos and make them, I'll make them a little thing of nachos. Just meat, bean, cheese, they are happy. So anything like that where you're just not throwing it away. Now, I'm very lucky because if there's no, if there is a reason why something wasn't used, I always have my chickens. So nothing really ever goes to waste. Save your onion scraps, put them in the freezer in a baggie. We can use that for onion stock if you can. If you don't can, you can also put it in the refrigerator, make a smaller batch, put it in the refrigerator. It's so much more flavorful than adding water to recipes. So anytime you're making like a rice or any kind of soup, any kind of stew, anything that even requires simmering anything in water, you can replace it with onion stock, and it just adds so much more flavor to your meal. And it's free because you're basically just using your onion scraps. The only thing of the onion scrap that I throw away is any paper that might be like super dirty or and you just can't get it clean, and the root bottom. I don't use the roots. I know some people do, but for me, I just can't seem to get the roots clean enough for my liking. So I don't use the root end, but everything else I save. So and then talking about Heather, we got chickens, only 4 in a row, 3 months old. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Diane. Oh, that's amazing. And I love that you got them a rooster. I know so many people just get the chickens, but really, like, hens come alive and their personality just explodes when you get them a protector and a provider. Because even in the rooster world, just like the human race, we have a protector and a provider in the men. And so to see a rooster like working overtime to feed his girls is amazing. I love it so much. I just love roosters. So I love you got them a little gentleman to take care of them. Okay, so what's the one item you always forget you have in your pantry until it's expired? I thought that would be a fun topic to talk about. Like, is there one item in your pantry or in your fridge that you always forget to use? For me, I have to admit, it's cottage cheese. I love cottage cheese. Mina loves cottage cheese. I learned to use cottage cheese a lot when I was on Weight Watchers many, many moons ago. And Weight Watchers at that time pushed a lot of cottage cheese and mustard. So mustard as a condiment instead of like all the more, barbecue sauce and ketchup and that kind of stuff. And so I have always loved cottage cheese. But for some reason, I never seem to like eat it all, use it all. There's an actual cookbook that I found on Amazon that I think I have in my buy later cart. It's like cooking with cottage cheese. And I have thought about buying it just so that I don't waste cottage cheese, because usually when cottage cheese, like, it's expired or what, like me and Mina are sitting there eating bowls of cottage cheese, and I'm just thinking to myself, there's other things I could be making with this. Why am I limiting it to like having to like resort to eating cottage cheese as a side dish for the next 3 days so I don't waste it? So I need to get better at using cottage cheese. It's just one of those things in my fridge that I forget about. I don't cook with. Peppers. but I'm dehydrating that from from now on. Yes, peppers. Peppers is one of those things too that you just don't use on a constant basis, so they can go bad like that quickly. That is what's nice about dehydrating it, because once it's dehydrated, it's in your pantry. It's always ready to go. You just have to make sure whatever you cook it in, it reconstitutes. Cream cheese. Cream cheese is a good one. Cream cheese is a good one because I usually buy cream cheese in the 2-pack or in the mega pack at Costco, which I think has 4 in it. So cream cheese is one of those things that I forget about too. I'm with you, Earthy. I used to make pancakes using cottage cheese and oats and eggs. Really? Sherry, do tell. I'm intrigued. Jack loves cottage cheese. Staple here. He has a family lasagna recipe with cottage cheese. Me too. Although Danny likes, Danny's very traditional. He likes ricotta. So, so sometimes I'll make a lasagna with ricotta. Sometimes I make it with the cottage cheese because I learned one little square of cottage cheese lasagna is like 5 points. I still remember that. And Weight Watchers, good morning, Doc. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad you jumped on. I'm sorry it was late this morning. I wanted to find this book. I was handwriting everything, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna print this out, make it easier for myself. But I was running a little behind. It was already a busy morning this morning, and before I knew it, the time was getting away from me. So, all right. So does anyone have any questions for me regarding my pantry or anything like that, or any questions on the book? Like I said, this book was a game changer for me. I know there are many books out there, and so you might have a pantry building book that you like, but this, I've read many of them. This is my favorite by far. Like I said, I love, even the print is just easy on the eyes to read, but she's very, very thorough. Yes, I'm going to have to do a pantry tour. That I will do in a video, not in a live, because it'd be too hard. But I will definitely do a pantry tour with you guys. Especially as we start getting into harvest season and I really start canning, the canning picks up again. We'll do a pantry tour and hang out in the pantry. Good brine mix for refrigerator pickles. Oh, I just shared one that I found on Facebook, but I think I might have shared it over. Oh, it was for pickled onions. It was a brine for onions because me and my son Eric love pickled red onions, and I have made it with the Mrs. Wages, and I've cooked it, but I found a recipe for using the raw onion and putting it in your fridge. So I'm going to try that too with the pickles. And I'm going to use apple cider vinegar instead of the white for that little bit extra of the sweetness. So Doc, I will find that recipe and I will post it here on YouTube over under my posts. If I can, I will come back and just put it in the description box of this live. And then that way you can come back. It's a really simple recipe. But yeah, I'm about to get into refrigerator pickles too. And canned pickles, but oh, I hope I have enough cucumbers. I hope I can grow enough. I love the pickled onions too. Oh, it's so good on a ham sandwich, on a sub sandwich, on your hamburgers. Oh, just that little bit of bite. It's that little bit. It's like a pickled onion is like the perfect world where, onion crashes in with your pickles and it's just perfect. I made pickled onions, pickled beets, carrots, mushrooms. I know people like pickled asparagus, and right now asparagus is out, so asparagus is something you could do. I know strawberries are big out right now, so if you can start getting deals on these things and start canning them, making jam, making jelly, making pickles, making relish. I don't do pickled eggs. But eggs upset my stomach. And so, which is so sad because I have all these chickens. So I have to be really, I have to watch how many eggs I eat. And that it was like an egg allergy that I developed after getting a flu vaccine. When I worked at the hospital, I had to have it. I had to have all my vaccines because I worked in a lab. I was part of a lab career, and we dealt with body fluids. We were the ones that checked everything in that came in from the outside world. And so it came through my department, and everything had to be logged, and but we dealt with bodily fluids, and so I had to have all my vaccines. And one of the vaccines I had was a flu vaccine, and ever since then I've had a sensitivity allergy kind of to eggs, and I heard that can happen, so it's a huge bummer. I'd rather eat lawn clippings and tree leaves than asparagus. Really? Doc, you don't like asparagus? Oh, I love asparagus. I love home canned asparagus. It's really, really good. I think we just did a video on that, didn't we? I think we did. I think I did an canning asparagus video not too long ago. That is sad, Heather, especially with all your chickens. I know. So I still, my chickens upset my stomach a lot less than like store-bought. So, but I still have the allergy. It's still, if I eat too much, it's almost like a food poisoning feeling that you get. You really nauseous, really upset stomach. It's terrible. So I got to limit how much I eat. So like pickled eggs, I wouldn't do. I'd probably really not go over well in my stomach. Let's see. I live in a strawberry growing town, farm fresh year round. I need to make jam again soon. Yes. And somebody has, I think it's my local butcher shop has rhubarb now in Michigan rhubarb. So I need to go get some because I figured maybe I'll do a blueberry rhubarb jam. I can't do strawberry because I'm definitely allergic to strawberries. But I could do blueberry, and I have a lot of blueberries in my freezer that I need to use before blueberry season happens again, which I think is in August. So I gotta can it up. It's time to can. I've got a big busy week ahead of me this week, but next week it should die down a little bit in through the July 4th holiday. So I'm hoping to get a lot of canning done. So if I do, I will bring you guys along. One thing I did to help with meal planning is make a list of all the meals we like. I also will add meals from new recipes we try and keep the list on the fridge. I love that, Dory. That is such good advice. I love that. Cherry, raspberry, rhubarb. Ooh. I don't think cherries are out yet. Michigan cherries, I don't think are out yet. We're a little slow up here. And I haven't seen an abundance of raspberries, but man, I have to keep an eye on that because that sounds delicious. So, frozen section at the store. Oh, there we go. You can always do the frozen section. That's how I have to do my peaches because we never get an abundance of peaches up here. I added the cottage cheese pancake recipe to the chat. Oh, you did? I have to go back and see because I don't see it. Oh, right here. Hold on. Sherry, just in case it disappears. I just took a screenshot. Thank you. 1 cup cottage cheese, 1 cup oatmeal, not instant. Okay, so it's got to be like a rolled oat. 5 to 6 eggs, 2 whole, 3 whites. Okay, a teaspoon of vanilla in the blender. Cook on the griddle like regular pancakes. I've also used 7-grain mix from the bulk store. Girl, I'm gonna have to try that. That sounds so good. And I love cottage cheese because it's got so much protein in it, you know? And if you're healing from anything, if you are healing from surgeries, if you are healing from trauma, like protein, lots of protein. And if you're like me and you had a lot of fractures, calcium. You need a lot of calcium, but protein helps muscles and all of that heal. So I know they really emphasized that when I was in the hospital, like lots of protein, which is why I try to have like high protein things around, you know. New recipes from you might find other keepers from your cookbook. Also, write which cookbook you get the new recipes from. You might find other. Yes, that's great. That's great advice. Canning for me soon. Just got home from Cancun 3 weeks ago. Nice. Diane, do you have a nice color, nice suntan? Oh, refreshing. Leaving for Cabo tomorrow. Girl, who are you right now? Do you ever think that to yourself? Like, who am I right now? Look at me. Look at my life. Look at the blessings. And Diane, these blessings are well earned. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. It's been a hard couple of years for you. And the Father is faithful. I'm so happy for you. Celebrating 25 years together. Happy anniversary, girl. You guys have an amazing anniversary trip. That is incredible. I've got to get back to entertaining my granddaughters. You ladies have, oh, Doc, say hi to your granddaughters for me. And we'll see you. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow. That protein is part of the appeal for me. Better than buying protein pancake mix. Yeah, and less expensive. Because even the protein mix, I used to buy like the Aldi brand. Even that is expensive. So, yeah, I'm going to give this a try. Definitely buy a cookbook. So, Kneady cookbook. Well, I am working on something, you guys. I'm working on something. I'm working hard on something for you. Yeah, I think you guys will be happy. You guys are on my heart. The whole way, the whole thing is my love gift to you. So, for being here and sticking with me and loving on me and loving on my family, and it is my love gift back to you. So thank you for your comments. Got to get the bread out of the oven. Ooh, and finish my laundry. Oh, is there any better way to spend Monday than baking bread and doing laundry and getting the house just back in order on a Monday? Oh, I just love that so much. My first live, I'm reading this correctly, a cookbook. Something like that. Something like that. It's a surprise. But it's definitely everything about what I am creating for you guys is me. So it is going to legit be a piece of my heart in your kitchen with you, written just for you. So pray for me over it because I'm working hard on it. Will there be a live later in the day so Miss Morning Crowd can be on here again? She's so much fun and awesome assistant. I think it's all the swimming. That's what Danny said last night, because I'm like, Mina has been sleeping in. I think it's all the sun. I think it's all the swimming. You know, we're not really doing homeschool right now, so she's not doing any of her cheerleading or her gymnastics. She's not, we've taken a break now for the summer. So it is full on summer, and Mina is just living her best life. And she is outside climbing that mountain. We got to move that mountain of dirt that we have in the backyard that they dug up from the pool. And so it's going back behind the garden shed, and I'm going to use it for garden dirt. But she loves to climb it and slide down it, and then she jumps in the pool, and she chasing chickens. She's got the 2 kitties that she takes care of. Like, Mina is busy. And then when she sleeps, it's like she's knocked out. She's probably awake and in the living room on the couch. She usually sits there for like an hour and loses her grumpy attitude. But it takes about an hour. She's not a morning person. But we should do a live stream in the evening so that she can join, because she gets really disappointed when she hears that I have, oh yeah, I've already done the live stream, honey. Now, Tuesday, I was going to come back tomorrow to talk about kitchen. It's going to be our kitchen talk Tuesday. We could do the kitchen talk Tuesday a little bit later. Do you guys want to try an evening live? You want to do an evening live? We can do that tomorrow evening. You guys let me know if mornings work better for you or evenings. Yeah, and here's the thing, Drift, with that. Like, I feel like our kids nowadays are so robbed of their childhood. Like, any ounce of it that they can have, like, I just want to multiply it, you know? So I'm just letting her live her best life right now. I'm letting her just be a 9-year-old little girl, running, getting dirty, you know, living in the pool, you know, all the things. It's so good to see my kids doing so well. You know, we just had Father's Day, and this year was the first year that we didn't do like a memorial type thing where, you know, we did something special for Matt. And I talked to the kids about that. I was like, you know, this was our 5th Father's Day without him. And I said, you know, is there something you guys want to do? Is there something you guys want to make? Do you want to go put, you know, flowers back by his bench? Do you want to grow something? Do you want to, you know, last year we did handprint stepping stones. I'm like, did you want to buy something? And the kids were like, no, we just, you know. And I said, well, you know, is it hard today? Like, are you like really thinking about Daddy today? Are you guys struggling at all? And Mason was like, I think of Daddy every day. So today is no different. But today we want to celebrate Danny. And they just wanted, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to swim with Danny. They wanted to, you know, we barbecued. Danny barbecued steak. So the kids got a steak, and we just relaxed all day, and it was really nice. And it didn't take away us missing Matt or you know, wishing he was here or any of that. But we didn't have to memorialize it in any way. We didn't have to do anything. We could just be. It just is what it is, right? So, but this year my kids didn't need that. Every other year they've wanted to do something, and whatever they want to do, I just make it happen. You just tell me what you want to do and I will make sure it happens. But this year they just wanted to celebrate Danny and have fun. And that's what we did. And I know that Matt would have approved of that. Matt would have approved. We are, Gail. Thank you. We are. It is it's not something you can rush through. It is something that only, like my therapist said, some things, the only healer is time. You know, the only healer is time. And so you can't rush through it. You can't wish it away. You just have to walk, not just through it, but with it. Because grief is something that you carry the rest of your life. And that's just the way it is. And we all experience it. We all go through this. It's the one thing that really bonds us all together. So, so this year was good. This year was, you know, there's a lot of healing taking place. And so with Mina, I'm so happy just to see her be happy, and just this, like, what they called it back in the days, like just being a tomboy, just being a tomboy, going out and like getting dirty and playing in dirt and chasing chickens and, swimming and running through sprinklers and, you know, just being a kid, going outside and playing Hot Wheels and Barbies and everything else she takes outside. So, it's been fun. We bought one of those big, giant, Connect Fours. We got it at Costco, and my kids have loved that. Even my older boys, when they were here, loved playing it, but Mason and Mina have loved that. So if you're a mom or a grandma or a grandpa or a dad, and you've got kids that, you just want to get them outside, or they're bored, get them one of those Connect Fours. I had been wanting to get them one for a while. They're like I want to say like they're about $120 on Amazon. And that was just a lot of money, but I found it at Costco for $60. And so I bought one, and had I known that they would have loved it this much, I would have spent the $120 a couple of years ago. I would have bought it already, because they love that thing. I think they play it at least once a day. They're bringing it out and they're playing. So, so for anybody out there with bored kids, think about getting one of them large Connect Fours. Now I want to get the Jenga, the Jenga one, because I think they'd love that too. My kids are preteens and they're into their sports, baseball, volleyball, basketball. Thank goodness this mama gets a 2-week break. Oh, only 2 weeks. Yeah, I told Mina, I said, we're taking the summer off, because I know they have like things at the dance studio all through the summer. It's on a smaller scale, but still, I'm like, Mom needs a break. I just want to do a little bit of nothing this summer. Just float in the pool and just do a little bit of nothing. So, but it's harvest season, it's summer season. So there's a lot of canning and dehydrating to be done too. So, I would get a mosquito magnet so they won't have to deal with any biting bugs, and playing outside is actually works. I have bug zappers, Jen. I have bug zappers. I have 3 of them. I have one under the deck, on the lower level, and then I have 2 that hang up, and I love those. And those coil things, I buy those off coils that create the smoke. Those are really nice for the table. So, but we have not had a lot of issues with mosquitoes, knock on wood, this year. And I think it's because our weather was so wonky, back and forth, back and forth. So we had like warm weather, and then all of a sudden we dropped below freezing. So even just bugs in general, we have not had the hornets, the wasps. Usually I've got to have, I have a lady that took care of me in the hospital. She was my night nurse, and her husband and her own an organic like pest control company. And recently she's retired from the hospital. Now she runs this full time, and she comes out every spring and every fall and she sprays for me. I haven't even had a caller this year because we don't really have anything. What I have noticed that we have that are back, which have been absent probably the last 2 years, is honeybees. We have seen quite a few bees, like bees, good bees. And so we have like a little thing of water for them to come land in, because the pool attracts them. So on the deck, they like to drink the pool water. So we have like a little pan out there of water for them to be able to drink and not drown. But we've had honeybees. Thank you, Lord, because we've been having problems with the honeybees dying off. So, so that's been great. So we've had honeybees. We have dragonflies, which is probably why we don't see a lot of mosquitoes, because the dragonflies love to eat them, and there's not a bountiful amount of them right now. So any little bit that of mosquitoes that we do have, the dragonflies are eating. Bees are like the most important, right? How many months is it? Well, it's not very long that we can live without bees if bees go extinct. So, anyway, that's been amazing to see. But anyway, I could sit here and talk to you guys like all day. I have not seen the fireflies yet, but those usually for us come out around July. So usually around July 4th, you start seeing the fireflies. We usually get them, but I haven't seen any yet. But we're just now warmed up. Like, it's crazy because what was it? It was like a week ago. I was out wearing a hoodie and jogging pants because it was still cold in the morning. It was still 45, 43 degrees here. And now all of a sudden, bam, summer, 90 degrees. I love it though. I'm not going to complain. I love it. Are you overrun with them? Oh, I bet you it's amazing. I love sitting out at night and seeing the fireflies just flying around. It's so cool. You don't have any in California? Isn't that crazy? It's so weird how different, like, you know, the areas are. So, all right, you guys. Well, thanks for joining me this morning where we talked a little bit about the pantry. If there's something you guys want to talk about next Monday specifically, let me know. We can do that. And then tomorrow is the Kitchen Table Talk Tuesday. So if you have any questions about anything that I do, let me know. If you have any canning questions, dehydrating, garden, maybe I'll take you out there. We'll walk around my garden. I'm going to try to, well, I don't know. What time do you want to do it tomorrow? Do you want to do it in the morning, you guys, or do you want to try an evening? We can do an evening if you want. I can make that happen. So you let me know what time. You guys want to do morning or night? Can I do man, sometimes you can do like polls. I don't think you can do that on these, can you? Evening would be fun. You want to do a evening walkthrough in my garden? We could do that. What's best for my assistant? Evening. She would love it. Mud, I will show you tomorrow when we walk around my garden. I had deer that came and ate all of my squash. Well, every day it changes and there's less and less out there. My dad's like, just put more seeds out there. Just stick the seeds in the ground. Stick the seeds in the ground. But they've eaten all my watermelon, my cantaloupe. I had cauliflower out there. Yellow squash, zucchini, butternut squash. So next year, we're going to do 2 raised beds, long. It'll be like my tomato canning thing. So it's going to be long but short. So like 3 feet. And then by like 50 feet, 60 feet long. And then this way I can put a hoop house over it. My dad did say I could get some spray, but I have to go out there like daily, especially if it's raining, and spray. There's some spray that you can put on the boxes or around the plants that will deter the deer. But I'm thinking with the raised bed gardens, doing the hoop house screen to cover them, and then doing the spray on the screen. So that's the plan for next year. I also wanted to plant a blueberry patch, blackberry, and some raspberry. So those are the 2 things that I'd love to get done next year. Just it's going to depend on money. Yes, the low tunnels. Yes. Now I can't have them in the ground because I can't squat. So the ground planting has been difficult for me anyway. This is our second year doing it. And I just struggle even with my wagon on anything, like if I were to do a hoop house down there, just to maneuver without help. My whole goal is I'd like to be able to do it on my own. So Danny's like, let's get a raised bed, not super high, but let's raise it up about 2 feet off the ground. And then that way, if you do the hoop house, you can do all that from your wagon, right? Because I have a little cart, a little wagon cart I sit on. And then it would be easy for me. So that's going to be the goal next year. Danny does have, even if we did it out of the pallets, because he has a lot of pallets, even out of pallet wood, just something to raise it up a little bit easier for me to get to, and something I could put a hoop house over and protect it from the deer, because the deer now, it is what it is. Nature is beautiful. And my dad says it's nature. Yes, it's nature. So it'll match to the other raised beds that I have, and so it'll just make it easy for me. Let's see, plant grapes. Yes, I need a trellis for grapes. But I have already told Danny, I'm like, I love grapes. And he's like, I have to build a structure for that. I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, we'll put that on the list. It's on the wish list. Motion sensor watering system, Tori. That is genius. Yes. I need one of those. Oh, did you put your berries in this year? What did you plant, Jen? Did you do blackberry, raspberry, blueberry? Dear love grapes. Oh, don't tell me that. Because there's no hoop house you can do for a big structure for grapes. I did remarry, Connie. I did. I married my childhood best friend. Because that's how God works. It's crazy. It's crazy. If you just take a sideline to your own life, it's crazy how he works. But yeah, I did. Somebody my mom loved. Danny got his very first job from my mom. And so she would love the fact that him and I got married. It would blow her mind. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you. God is good. God is good. All right. So with that, I will see you tomorrow. We're going to do an evening then. We'll do an evening. Like what time? Do you want to do like 8 o'clock? Is that too late? It's summer though. It's still daylight out. So you want to do 8 o'clock? You want to do 7 o'clock? We'll do somewhere around there. Let's do 8 o'clock. That way everybody has time to eat dinner and get cleaned up and all of that. And then we'll hang out around 8 o'clock and we'll just walk through the garden together. And bring to me any questions that you might have for me. If you have any at all for like canning or anything like that, I'm here to help in any way I can. Yes, after she's fed and happy. She's happy at night. She's a night owl. So she will be thrilled. So I will see you tomorrow night then at 8 o'clock. And then and we'll do some more chit chat, and we'll do a little garden walkthrough. We'll walk around the garden. And you guys can see what is going good and what's going not so good. My daughter is 9. She will be 10 in August. But she's 9. She's my youngest. My oldest is 29. My youngest is 9. I've had them in every decade. My 20s, my 30s, and I had her when I was 42. So, all right. then I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You have questions her as well. Yeah, if you have any questions. Oh, yeah, if you have questions for Mina girl, she will love to say hi to you guys. She loves all her cyber aunties and grandmas and uncles too. All right, you guys, link down below for this book if you want to pick it up. It is a game changer if you have never built a pantry. It answers every question you can possibly have. So, yes, talk to you when you get back from Cabo. Happy anniversary, Diane. Mwah, God bless you and your husband for many, many more years to come together. Oh, what a blessing. Anyway, all right, yes, I'll tell Gareth. I'll tell her Uncle Gareth said hi. All right, you guys, and I will see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. All right, and we'll hang out in the garden. Mwah, I love you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye. Oh, I hate shutting it off on you. It's the worst part for me.